Hi everyone and welcome to my Deus Ex Human Revolution Ghost Pacifist walkthrough. This is part 10, Hengsha, part 2 we could say. This is the second time we visit Hengsha and this is going to be mildly edited because we again had a lot of walking and running to do before getting to this area. This is the first part that we have to go through, and this is really hard actually. So you're going to see me here. I make this guy come towards me to knock him out, and I was going to say this is a really hard place to sneak in. I'm sorry guys, but it's just my mind races through all the things that I want to say, and sometimes I jump from a topic to another. So the second guy you want to knock out is this guy over here, because this guy sometimes walk the other way. And now you're going to see something curious. I'm going to quick save it here. I think I could save it here, and you should too. And I'm going to hold the the right wall, the front right wall, and I'm going to hug it like if there is no fucking tomorrow. And you'll notice that none of these enemies will notice me. I can even go and open the door. And here I'm just, I guess, getting rid of the sniper rifle or not. Nope, I won't. So yeah, I quick save it here because I know that I can get through from this part. And just watch this. Just testing the limits here, see? But I know I can get through with the wall. Now, see me what happens when I hug this wall, like, and hug it. I mean, just go through it. Don't take your body off this wall. They are all kind of seeing me, not on purpose, of course, but they are looking at me sometimes, and they're not noticing me. And you have to hug this door when this guy, do you see there, goes away. Because if you hug the door when this guy is close, he's going to notice you, and they are going to kill you. See, he goes away, and I go to hug this door. And that's just, I mean, finding out that this actually works is like heaven, because this is actually a really hard part. If I wouldn't do this, the only other thing that I could do is like throw a bunch of that I actually have only one, by the way, but throw a bunch of sleeping grenades and sleep everyone. But there we go, we just hack the door, we enter, and we're safe. So now we're going to be infiltrating this gang's territory, and I kinda lost here. There we go. Sometimes I don't remember the way. If you see me kinda looking around and don't remembering where I have to go, this is because when the time I was recording this, I just got it on my first try. This robot is kind of finicky. See why I quick save it here? Because he can detect you even if you're good. See, that's the way to get past this robot. You have to run. You have to, because if you don't, that robot is going to detect you and kill you, or it's going to ruin your ghost bonus if you're doing a ghost bonus. The important thing is to know is that you really don't want to kill anyone if you're going for the pacifist achievement. Now we're going to get right through here. There was a small edit there because I just took the wrong way, and the way you want to go is right down here. And I was playing Uncharted, and maybe you're gonna see a couple of videos of crushing difficulty, how I get past some of the crushing difficulty, because crushing is actually really hard, and to think that brutal is even worse is kind of interesting. I mean, But the thing that I wanted to say about Uncharted is how fucking incredible the trilogy of Uncharted games are. How fucking fun. How fucking... Sorry for the cursing, but I have to say it like this because we are just so much like sadly getting games that are not really that games anymore, like Until Dawn and so other types of games, and this is not the way to go, by the way. Yeah. So, and this is so sad because when I started playing Uncharted 1 on Crushing, I started slowly realizing that this is a fucking game, and Uncharted 2 and 3 are even better, but this is a fucking game. Uncharted 1 is actually challenging. It's really challenging. They have a tough missions. I mean, especially the first like brick wall that you're going to get to in Uncharted 1 is chapter 4. It's just ludicrous. But this time, Bluepoint, which is the developers or the company that actually made this remake, they did a really good job because this time they didn't they didn't fucked up the checkpoints like they did in Grounded of Last of Us. They actually made the game difficult. They actually made brutal that you take 1 or 2 shots and you die. And there might be some sequences that will get annoying because and will get rather luck based, like when you're escaping in a ship and you're kinda like the mandatory machine gun escaping in a vehicle sequence, and sometimes the enemies can shoot you straight at you and kill you, and sometimes they can miss, and you're going to have to be dependent on their missing, even though they have really great accuracy. But yeah, sometimes brutal is going to be really unfair. It's going to be felt really unfair. But at the same time, it's an incredible game. It's an incredible experience. Playing that game is super fun. The story is always simple but interesting. The characters are great. And the mechanics are awesome because each time, like Uncharted 1 doesn't make this, and I'm sure I'm going to mention this in my walkthroughs, but each time that you end a fighting sequence, Nate or Elena or some other character will say something that concludes the battle sequence, like alright, or whew, or some kind of expression like that, and then you will know that you're safe to gather ammo and prepare for the next wave. And that's so much that's a communication with the player that's so appreciated. I'm so appreciative of that because it's so much easier to record and so much easier to play a game that actually acknowledges when you get through a sequence. Like, you don't have to be hesitant. Now, Uncharted 1 does this, but it does it in a lighter way. Let's just say it's more accentuated in Uncharted 2 and 3. It's better, I mean, but really, Uncharted 1 is a fantastic game. And I think this remaster is really incredible because it feels really smooth. Uncharted at 60 FPS, like it's been when you are in the shooting sequences, it feels just right. Everything feels just fucking right. Like, I remember playing these games on the PlayStation 3 and having some frame drops when you were pointing and moving the crosshair fast enough, and losing some I mean, you lose frames, and you find yourself in trouble because you lost frames, and it wasn't really your fault. It was just the game slowing down and making you point, making your accuracy a little worse than it would actually is. And this 60 FPS and no frame drops, it makes the game really incredible. It makes it your fault if you actually fail. But as I said, brutal can be sometimes unfair, especially when you don't have full control of your character, like in action scenes and set pieces, and you are at the mercy of the enemies and how well they point the guns at you. And I'm going to make a walkthrough as close as a strategist as I can, as I always do. I mean, I'm going to choose the best locations to get to cover, the best ways to go through a checkpoint, and to go through a sequence, to go through a set piece, and I'm going to try to make it as easy as I can so everybody can do it, and as less on luck dependent as I can. But I'm telling you right now, guys, there are some parts there that is just luck, that you need a little luck. You need that bullet not to hit you, you know what I mean? You need that. So, but I'm going to try to minimize it as much as I can, and do a walkthrough that's fun and at the same time helpful. Of all 3 games, because by the time you see this video, which is part 10, is actually we have 2 more parts and the final boss, or we have only 2 more parts? Yeah, 2 more parts and the final boss to end this. The next chapter, by the way, guys, of Deus Ex Human Revolution, the next chapter is going to be the 3rd boss of the game, Samir. And yeah, what I was saying before, yeah, by the time that you see this, I'm almost certain that I'm still not going to be able to polish the first Uncharted 1 on brutal walkthrough, because I have to go through the game on crushing, and even if that is not really that hard as brutal, it is hard, and it's a game of 9 to 10 hours, because I'm trying to get the treasures, and I'm trying to enjoy the game. So since I'm not a big channel and I'm not in a hurry to get the new games out as fast as I can, let's just call it like that, I'm not going to push myself. I'm not gonna like not sleep and have a horrible time with Uncharted crushing difficulty just to get it done as fast as I can, because that's what happens. That's what happens when you push yourself and you stress yourself to try to get videos out as fast as you can, because in my mind I want to get the Uncharted brutal difficulty as fast as I can, because not because I might get more subscribers, because I actually don't give a fuck about that. I just because I want always new stuff in the channel, like that's why I made this game. I like to keep I would like to have always a new video every single day, and until now I have actually done that. Every single day I have a new video, and sometimes 2, and that's really amazing for me because I don't have that much time to play games. But yeah, I'm just saying that brutal difficulty is going to take longer, but hopefully that's also going to be useful for me and for you, because I'm going to take more time. I'm going to actually try to use strategies that are actually solid and repeatable, and not based on luck, as I said before. And you're going to know that if I upload, that I will, of course, but if I upload a new chapter of my Uncharted brutal difficulty, it's going to be because I got an actual good walkthrough and a solid chapter, and not because I just push through the difficulty, like repeating checkpoints as much as I could until I got it, and then I just push it out. That's not my way of doing things. Some other stuff that I wanted to say. The next chapter I'm probably going to talk about it in its entirety, because the next chapter is probably the most difficult chapter in the game to actually not be seen by anyone. So I wanted just to talk a little about Transformers Devastation. Now, I haven't seen some gameplay about Transformers Devastation. It looks like a mix between, and I'm going to talk about the gameplay exclusively, because Transformers, I watched Transformers as a kid. I mean, who didn't? But I wasn't really into it. Like, I don't remember all the names of the robots. Of course I remember some, but I remember the songs, and I'm not even going to talk about the horrible movies of Michael Bay. But I do liked Transformers when I was a kid, but I was not a big fan. But I really liked the gameplay. I mean, I watch a lot of gameplay, and it looks like a Metal Gear Rising meets Bayonetta, because it actually has a sort of witch time, and it looks really fun. Actually, it looks a lot better than Korra, by the way. So I'm not sure if I'm not going to cover that game, and if I cover it, it's going to be in the hardest difficulty, and it's going to be after Uncharted Trilogy. But I don't know, I might cover Transformers Devastation. So I'm going to have a look at it. I'm going to see how it works. I'm going to wait, because I think the port right now is horrible, the PC port. And I might bring that to the channel, but it's going to be closer to the end of the year. I'm going to go through the Uncharted first. So this was part 10, guys. We are going out with a bang. So we'll see each other in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Answer me, Jensen. Where are you going?
Hell if I know, Pritchard. Hell if I know.